Royals are really on the upswing in the celebrity news cycle lately. But if we're all following the doings of royals, does that make us peasants? So we know there's still royals. We can hardly escape them. We know that the royals are still occasionally minting new aristocrats, which is why you have all these celebrities running around that have Sir in front of their name, and why I suppose if push comes to shove, Sting will put on some shiny armor and climb onto his charger and defend our honor. But what about the peasants? So let's ask, what is a peasant? A peasant exists under feudalism. At the top of the heap, you have the king, who doles out the land to his lords, and here way down at the bottom, we have the peasants. And they're the ones who really make the whole system go round with their labor. They do the work in the fields, and then the money that they generate all flows back up to the king. Obviously, feudalism is technically gone, and that specific system of social relations does not exist anymore. It took a real hit, for instance, after the bubonic plague. If you were the only two peasants left in a town, then, suddenly you were in a different negotiating position. And then the Industrial Revolution came, and suddenly you could go work in the mill town and tell, Lord so-and-so to just kick rocks. Technically, the citizens of the United Kingdom are actually subjects of Her Majesty. When you actually get into a situation around royals, it's not exactly just like any other celebrity. We tend to treat them as just like, Kim Kardashian with a better house or with more jewelry. But if you actually get to be around the system of royalty, suddenly you actually do feel like a peasant. When I was over there for the royal wedding and I waited up all night on the lawn, in the dirt, in the cold, it really starts to hit you that you're small and they're big. When you're in a big crowd of thousands and thousands of people waiting for two people to go by in a giant carriage way over your head, you realize that sure, the power is with Parliament now and the Queen is a figurehead, but that doesn't change the way monarchy actually feels to be around. They've got the gold, you've got the genes. So sure, technically, the Queen isn't sitting around looking at her serfs working in the fields, and she even has commoners in her family now. But at the end of the day, if you're looking at somebody wearing a big crown, you're a peasant.
To all those who have suffered as a consequence of our troubled past, I extend my sincere thoughts and deep